Hey guys, we're back with another podcast. Marcus and I have both had tournaments since the last time you heard from us, and so we thought we'd get together and talk about kind of what happened in the tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah, hey everyone. I've been to a little like I think it was only the second Premier Challenge in Europe ever. So that was very exciting to me. In the last episode we talked a little bit about the changes and so on. So it was very exciting for me to finally be at a PC, and I think Wolfie also attended one.
I did actually. I attended two. Yeah. And so even though I'm at college, I decided to go home for the weekend and go to some premier challenges. And so I placed first in one of them, and I placed 10th in the other. So, and Marcus, how did you do in the Arena Cup?
Oh well, so yeah, the Arena Cup, as I just said, is like the second Premier Challenge in Europe ever, or maybe it was the third. I don't recall it. Anyway, since there was like big prize support on the line and it was announced pretty early, it also had some players from outside of Germany, for example, from the Czech Republic, from Poland, from Austria, or from Switzerland. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and in the Masters division we had 77 players.
Wow.
And yeah, but they also handed out very nice prizes like trophies for the top four. And the best part was that the winner of each division would get a travel award worth 150 euros. So you can use that to go to any Pokemon tournament. And DeFlo obviously ended up winning it all, so he will be able to go to any tournament he likes in the future, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and we also got a bunch of cards, but yeah, we don't really care about those. I came in third place. So
very nice.
Yeah, I like once again, just like in Germany, I was able to play an undefeated Swiss, going 7-0 in the Swiss rounds. So yeah, I was very happy because I mean, obviously, if someone does like very, very well in one event and didn't do that well in like the previous year, people would be like, maybe that guy just got lucky and wasn't that good. So it was a cool way for me to like just prove that I can repeat great success. I don't know.
And the tournament had a lot of good players as well. Like, it wasn't an easy field by any means.
Yeah. For example, I played Drug Duck in the second round and Layo in the third round. And then some other guys, like from I played one guy from Poland, one guy from the Czech Republic, and both of them obviously knew what they were doing if they came out from another country. Yeah. And so that was pretty cool. And then the top 8 played out like very cool for us because I was there with like a bunch of friends, for example, DaFlo or Bjard, and but also others that like didn't have like great success in the past. And I was very, very happy for a friend of mine, Julie, who came in 8th in Swiss. And so yeah, I had to battle him in the quarterfinals and narrowly got away with a win there because I got pretty lucky against Mega Venusaur. But then top 4 I played DaFlo, who was like, okay, so the day before the tournament we were staying at a friend's house, and we were like 13 people in total, I think, in 2 rooms. So I don't know, we just like didn't sleep at all, literally. And then not all of those 13 people would go to the tournament, but it was like DaFlo, Masi, me, and some others. And then when we got there, we just fell asleep everywhere. Like you could have made like a whole album about us sleeping on things, just like with Omega Donut, you know.
Yes.
With Mike. So I don't know. It was a little bit funny, and then all of us ended up doing well, except for Masi, who had like some very weird matchups. And so yeah, and then I played DaFlo in top 4. And we were both still so tired, and I don't know. And he just crushed me in 2 games because of my team's weakness to Mega Venusaur, but I didn't expect to see many of those. And then one game I could just like steal the victory with a very risky but prediction that paid off. So yeah, I came in 3rd place.
Well, it sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, by the way, the team I ran was Life Orb Sub Garchomp, Scarf Salamence. This time it was timid though, because I didn't want to risk losing to faster stuff like, for example, Jolly Charizard X or faster Scarf Mantis, since it was best of 1. Then semi-bulky Rotom H, Assault Whistle Ludicolo, which I tried out for the first time in an actual event. Then my Sash Gengar and Mega Mole. So yeah, that's the team we're in.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, how did you do in yours? Or do you have any questions left for me?
No, I mean it sounds pretty solid. Are you happy with the team you used? I think it's interesting to see Saltfest Ludicolo outside of a rain team, so I'm interested to hear how that works.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't too sure about it because I had it as a call for nationals, but then I didn't have the balls to use it because I never I never really tested it. At that time, rain was like going up a little bit more on battle spot, and we had like so many Garchomp Salamence cores, and it just seemed so good. But then Mega Kangaskhan obviously was also so big back then, and
Yes.
Ludicolo just doesn't like Mega Kangaskhan at all.
No, not at all.
But now we saw like way less Mega Kangaskhan, and I brought Ludicolo to I think like 80% or like 3/4 of my matches, so that
Excellent.
was worked out pretty well. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. I think we've definitely seen a metagame shift away from Mega Kangaskhan with all the Mega Mawile and Gothitelle popping up. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so I think Ludicolo, especially because rain is also very prevalent and it's good against rain, to a certain extent, depending on the build.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the Flow just won with his Italian Nats team. So
Yes, the his
he,
favorite core,
yeah, his core
so-called
goddess.
core of God.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For those of you unfamiliar, the quote-unquote core of God that Deflo likes to use involves Mega Venusaur, Scrafty, and Rotom Wash. Is that
Yeah.
it?
The core of God is like Aegislash, Garchomp, Scrafty, and Rotom Wash, and then he has Mega Venusaur and Mega Charizard. They,
Yes.
they they say that they could use any two other megas and it would work, but I'm not too sure about that.
We'll have to test. We'll give them like Banette and like Absol, and we'll see how
Yeah,
it works.
maybe not that good anymore.
Yes.
So yeah, but how did you do?
Okay, so yeah, so fun fact, if for some reason my voice cuts off, it's because I went home for the weekend. I'm in college now, so I'm at home, or I'm in college, which is like 4.5 hours away from my home in Northern Virginia, outside of DC. And I was at home and I was packing up to come back to college, and I was like, yeah, like I should make sure I bring everything I brought with me back. So I go and I grab all my things, and I'm like, yeah, I think I have everything. Like I get extra stuff that I might need just in case. Like I brought some books that I probably won't read. Um, and I was like, yeah, okay, I think I have everything. And so I'm on the bus ride, and I find out that there's like an outlet, right? There's like a charging outlet. So I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, like I'll charge my computer and I'll go on Showdown because it has Wi-Fi on the bus, and I'm bored and I'm tired of reading my psych textbook. So I go and I take out my computer and I'm like, okay, like this is good. And then I go and I try to find my charger, and I realize I've left my charger at home. So that
no,
was like 2 days ago, and so I'm currently at 21%. So if I cut off, that's why. But yeah,
it's
so
like
I attended. Sorry.
yeah, like it's like the worst thing. Like if you forget your phone, you're like okay, I forget my phone, I got to adjust and like be without it. But if you forget your phone charger, then you're like, I could use it, but maybe I shouldn't, you know?
Yes, like, and I have a quiz online tomorrow, and I like Dylan suggested that I go to the library, but that's like
Yeah.
kind of far away, and I'd rather just stay in my room and do it. So I don't know. We'll see how this computer lasts. But yeah, so my mom shipped me the charger, but I don't know when it's gonna get here. So it might not be for a while because the mail is kind of slow. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, so I had two premiere challenges this weekend, and so I think I let myself get kind of a big head because what happened was I built this team and I was pretty happy with it, but then I realized that like it didn't have that much offense because my typical lead when I wasn't sure of what to do would be Gyarados Gardevoir. Only they were both very bulky sets, each with only one attack, Waterfall and Moonblast, that was capable of doing damage. And so with two support Pokemon, I don't really like playing that defensively in a best of one metagame because basically if you're playing defensively, you kind of have a bad matchup versus high offense teams like Raichu, Gyarados, Gengar, Talonflame, Scarf Pokemon, or stuff like that. Because like if they just outdamage you, then you're eventually gonna get hacked. And so I was like, this is okay, but I don't really have a time to build another team because it was like the night before when I realized it might not be that good. And so I had like enough offense on my team, but it was just that my typical lead was not very offensive. That made me worry because if you switch in and you get critical hit with your sweeper, then you've lost your offensive presence, and that's not good. So I was like,
Yes.
okay, like I should keep this in mind while I play. So I went to the first Premier Challenge on Saturday, And at the time I was 8-0 in MPA, meaning I had 8 wins and 0 losses, and I was like, yeah, like I got through LCQ, I got ninth in Worlds, like I'm good again. And so I went to the Premier Challenge, and I was like, okay, like Premier Challenge, like my tournament wasn't as stacked as Marcus's, but surprisingly, all my opponents were very good. Like I didn't play any noobs. Like everyone who was there knew what they were doing. I played a lot of Gothitelle and a lot of Ferrothorn. Um, and so I went there and I had a couple like really tough matchups. I had to go against Smeargle, which sucked. I hate playing Smeargle. And I had to go against like some Ferrothorn. I didn't have like a Ferrothorn counter. Um, and so that was interesting. And yeah, my Gothitelle matchup was kind of bad, but I made it through. I played teams that had like I played Stormfront in the finals, who was using
Okay.
a Gothitelle team with Kangaskhan though. And yeah, I actually ended up going 11 wins, 0 losses. So I was like, at that point, my head had
Wow.
gotten so big. Yeah, I was like,
Yes.
oh, like I'm the best. I'm never gonna lose a game in VGC 15. Like I'm so good. And also my younger brother Max got he made top 8, which was really cool. He was the 7th seed going into top cut, and he lost to Stormfront. But it was really cool to see him. That was his first tournament as a master because he just
Yeah.
went into
Yeah.
masters
I'm
this year.
so glad Max
Yeah, it was really cool. So
still
he got
playing.
20 CP, which is good. Yeah. So okay. So now I'm home, and I go home, and I'm like, yeah, like I went 11-0, I went 8-0 in NPA. Like I'm so good. Like I don't know. I felt pretty good about myself. And I didn't think my team had that like I don't know. There was like some bad matchups definitely. Like, and I almost lost a match because like I had Rock Slide versus Ursaring Amoonguss. And I was like, yeah, Rock Slide, gonna do a lot of damage. And then I double missed, and then it like put me in a really bad situation because then I couldn't like my whole game plan was thrown off because I accounted for like one miss but not two because I couldn't KO either next turn. And I was like, oh, this is bad. Um, but that's okay. And so yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, I got some bad luck. Like I'm still like I can do this, right? And then I went to my Premier Challenge on Sunday, and I made the mistake. I think I got kind of cocky, and I was like, okay, like I've learned a lot, like I know what I'm doing, and that was wrong. Because I forgot like one of the fundamental rules, and that it was like 2 in the afternoon, and I hadn't eaten like any food. Like I skipped lunch, and I had a small breakfast at home, but like I just couldn't focus because I don't know I didn't feel like getting lunch. Like there was a pizza shop next door, but I just didn't go for some reason.
Okay.
And so I was playing on like very little food, and so like I got into these like situations where like I had better matchups, but I just didn't want to use them because like I was more comfortable with the Gyarados Gardevoir lead. But like um, so when I saw like Raichu for example, my options were either lead Aerodactyl and like use Rock Slide or like I had Mawile on my team too, and so I could like Sucker Punch or I could Rock Slide or I could set up Tailwind and then KO it, or I could go Gyarados Gardevoir and hope that I traced Lightning Rod. Because if you trace Lightning Rod, like you like beat Raichu, it's easy. But if you don't trace Lightning Rod, then you're like I have Gyarados and Gardevoir, like versus Raichu, and they can't do anything about it. And I don't know, like especially if the partner is good. So I one of the guns, the guy, and I remember he had like Mega Blastoise, he had Raichu, he had like Gengar, he had some other like high power Pokemon, and I was like Aerodactyl, very good matchup. But then I was like I don't know, I don't really like. For some reason, I convinced myself that like I was like, oh, like, uh, I feel like Gyarados Gardevoir is a good lead here, and Gyarados
Yes.
Gardevoir is not the right lead. So he leads Blastoise Raichu, and I'm like, okay. And I send out Gyarados Gardevoir. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna trace Lightning Rod. I'll be fine. And I traced Rain Dish, totally fine. That's like a 50% chance. And so I was like, okay. But the problem was that I'd taken Wackenberry off for Lumberry just in case. The night after the first Premier Challenge. So first Premier Challenge, I had Wackenberry. That was good. Second Premier Challenge, I had Lumberry. That was very bad. I don't know what I was thinking. And because of that, I couldn't play the way I wanted to, riskily with Gyarados, just focusing on taking out Raichu. And so, yeah, I used like Swagger and it didn't work. And then like, he switched his Blastoise into a Rock Slide, and I missed Rock Slide on it, and it was bad because that meant Blastoise then swept through like the rest of my team because he was clever with it and he just preserved it. And it was like I don't know, very very bad. I played very badly, and I mean I didn't get the right luck, but like it was so avoidable. Like I just played so badly. And then I was like, okay, like I lost, but like I'm okay. Like I can still do this. And like I was like, okay, like if I don't lose again, I'll be fine. And then I went up against Danny Zollner, my old rival from 2011, and he was using Aaron Trailer's team, which was Scarf Smeargle, Kangaskhan, Assault Vest Lapras, Choice Bend Talonflame, Specs Ment, like the team that he used, and it was like
And Mega Tyranitar.
yeah, and Mega Tyranitar with a nerve, and it was like, okay, like I have no answer to Scarf Smeargle because I had Aerodactyl, and if I had Aerodactyl Garchomp, so like yeah, like I can outspeed, but with Scarf Smeargle, you kind of just have to hope like that you're okay. but I had Lum Gyarados. So I was like, okay, I have Lum on Gyarados. I'll be okay. I'll lead Garchomp Gyarados. He has to fake out the Garchomp because of Lum, because the obvious move is Protect Earthquake, right? Um, and then I'll be fine. But he, so I like Garchomp Gyarados. And what I should have done is Protect Gyarados and Earthquake, because like either way, Garchomp goes to sleep because it didn't have Lum, and so then I can just wait to wake up and like waste his turns. And that way, there was no way I would definitely get paralysis off on the Smeargle with because of Lumberry. Like he couldn't stop that. But for some reason, I like didn't think about that, and I went for Protect Garchomp and Thunder Wave with Gyarados, and he fake out Dark Voided, and he hit Dark Void, and I went to sleep, and I woke up, but I flinched. And so now I have no Lumberry, and he's got Scarf Smeargle. So he Dark Voids both my Pokemon and Power Up Punches. And then it becomes a thing where like I have Mawile in back, so I'm playing Intimidate. Um, and it's just like very bad. Like I get into the situation where like I have two Pokemon who've been asleep, and all I need is like one of them to wake up, and it's like game over pretty easily. Like, but they both get like 3 turn sleeps, and then I get like a very low
Huh.
damage roll, and so like his last Pokemon hangs out with like 1 HP, and he gets like a high damage roll to knock my Gyarados by like barely. Like I knew the calc because it was like Jolly Garchomp Dragonclaw versus Gyarados, and it did like very very much, and it was like oh my god, like I
Yeah,
like
yeah. Damage roll hacks.
damage roll hacks is
That's the worst
it's the
hacks.
worst because it's like it's my own fault. Like what am I doing complaining about damage rolls? But at the same time, it was pretty frustrating because like Danny hadn't practiced at all, and he didn't really know what he was doing. No offense, Danny, if you're listening to this, I kind of doubt it. But I don't know, like he didn't. I don't know. He like his playing was kind of like not exceptional, but because I played so badly, um, I just like I definitely put myself in the position to lose to like sleep. But it was a frustrating way to lose because it was like I have learned a lot since like I started playing, and I shouldn't be having
Yeah,
the losses that I'm having because like I don't know, like those were very basic, very stupid ways to lose. Like to not eat lunch, very bad move. Like I don't know what I was thinking. And then to play games, like assuming that I'd win is like so bad. Like that's so
yeah,
bad.
yeah. I
Like
know.
yeah, like I was like, oh, like I'm 19, and like so when I lost my first game, I was 21-0 in games in VGC 15, and so I was like, yeah, like 21-0, like I haven't lost a single game in official tournaments, like, and then like I lost, like obviously I lost, I don't know, like it doesn't, I don't know,
It's
like
yeah, yeah. In this season, you mean? Like it's still VGC 14,
oh
technically,
yeah
I
yeah yeah,
guess.
but yeah in the
Yeah,
seasons,
I get what you're saying.
yeah, I don't know, like, and it was just like it was like I was so stupid. Like I don't know what I was thinking. And so yeah, that taught me a lesson, and it also taught me to play more offensively. I think, um, because I don't know, like Gyarados, Gardevoir are very fun, very good versus like good players, but not very good versus heavy offense players at all. Like,
Yeah,
not
I
good
mean,
versus Rock Slide either.
yeah. What I think, like I would like do the same from time to time if I had a team that like did very well, and I would think that I knew why it did well,
Yes.
like. But then if you like statistically like analyzed all of your games and played like a lot of them, then for example, your Gardevoir and Gyarados only works like a certain kind of teams and not against all of them.
Yes.
So you still need to like adjust in the team preview because what I think is that like team preview is still like a very very important thing.
Mhm.
And if you have like a go-to thing, that's good if it's like a best of three. But in best of one, you really need to like figure out what works in that specific matchup. You know?
Yes. Yeah, and it doesn't do to just bring always the same thing just because you're comfortable with it. Like, yeah, that was such
Yeah.
a, it was just like a very basic mistake to make. But okay, at the same time, even though I lost, I think it was like very, very, very valuable, like much more so than a win because, I think definitely, I think I do think that I've come a long way and I think I've learned a lot. But I think I know that, and I think because I know that, I think, I'm trying to think how to put it, but I think that because I think that I've come a long way,
Hmm.
that because of that, I feel as if, um I'm like generally more like smarter, and because I think that I'm generally smarter than I was, then I think that because I'm smarter, I should therefore avoid making like basic mistakes because I've come a
Basic
long way.
mistakes. Yeah.
But if you don't
Yeah.
focus, then it's so easy to make basic mistakes, you know?
Yeah.
Like
You. Yeah. Like even if you're like amongst the best in the world, you still
yeah.
gotta like take care of the simple things.
Yes, like just because you know not to do something doesn't mean it prevents you from doing it if you stop thinking, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think that was definitely a valuable lesson for me to learn. And to learn that I don't know, like, my teams are improving in terms of the metagame. I think that this metagame lends itself to very offensive teams, with support. And so I think the fact that my teams are gradually becoming more like that. Well, I mean, it's kind of a shame because now VGC 14 is over and we'll have a new season. But um, I don't know. Like I think like I'm definitely learning, and so that's kind of cool.
Yes. Okay. But at least, I mean, at least you won one of
Yeah,
them, you know?
I think if I
Like
hadn't won the
I
first one, I
didn't
wouldn't have.
accomplish that.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. So since the best finish limit of five, I have four potentially left that I could win. So though I don't know, I'll have to try harder and focus more next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool. I don't even know when the next PC is that I can attend because at
yeah,
the moment the situation is still kind of iffy in Germany. We do not have too many organizers, but I think it's going to be better, or at least that's what I hope.
yeah. I remember we touched on it last time. How and you talked about how you could get certified, and we included the link in
Yes.
the podcast. So hopefully
Yeah.
people will look into that.
Yes. Yeah. So, apart from that, both of us got some CP, which is good. Regionalists are still coming up for you, right?
That's right. Regionals are at the time of speaking, this is Wednesday, and so regionals are on Sunday. And so, and I have a Quidditch match. I get to play Quidditch at our rival college on Saturday. So I'll go to Quidditch on Saturday, and then my mom will come pick me up and drive home, and then we'll go to Philadelphia on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I
Good luck.
hope
Good.
to. Yes, yes, yes. um,
No, no, go on.
No, okay, sorry, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I hope to apply what I learned at the Premier Challenge. I think it'll be another good test of whether or not I've actually learned. I have another team in mind that I think Max and I will both use if I can convince him to practice with it at
Yes.
Philly.
Yeah. Now that you told me about the team, like yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday, anyway,
Yes.
I'm like really curious about how it will do.
Yeah, so,
Because
oh, sorry.
there's like a 0 to 100 potential. It either does like so well and you win, or you get like I don't know,
Yes.
go
Yeah.
like neutral. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from you this time.
So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, since I haven't revealed the team, I do have a new team that I'm planning on using at regionals. So the Gyarados Gardevoir team will be in retirement for now. And the new team, I think, is safe to say. I don't know. Dylan, Marcus, you both have have seen it. I think it's pretty goofy. I don't know. I think I'll post it afterwards and people can judge. But I think it'll be definitely be very
Yeah,
interesting.
maybe yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
It doesn't. I don't really know how it's gonna work because it's like very, very, very um, stupid. Like definitely. Um, but I think that doesn't mean it won't work. It seems ridiculous. I think that's the real thing about it.
Yeah, like it kind of shouldn't work, but I don't know. Like I don't know. It's hard to talk about it if you can't actually tell
Yeah.
between,
Okay,
you know.
so that's what we'll then in that case, then that's what we'll talk about next time, guys. For those of you who enjoy this, we'll mention this mystery team and we'll talk about it. And we'll discuss why it worked or didn't work, and whether or not we advise doing something like it in the future. I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. So is that it? Are we anything else?
We still like needed to talk about the name, you know.
Oh yeah, we still don't
But
have a name. Well, we got some good suggestions. Thank you for everybody who sent in suggestions. We got a good list. And we haven't chosen one yet. We're thinking about maybe doing a poll so people could vote, but we might just choose one because we don't want people to just
yeah,
vote for themselves and have something with like two votes win.
exactly. So we do some kind of like um we choose some of them that we would like, and then you get to vote what you want to have it. So
Yeah. Yeah, we might narrow the field a bit. So if we do that, we'll include a link to the poll in the description or in the video.
yes,
Make sure you check the descriptions of these videos. Dylan's been putting all the useful links in there, so that's very helpful. So, and if you're,
yeah,
sorry,
I could. Sorry, I was just saying. I could add links to like the battles I had in the semifinals against the Flow because they've already recorded and they will be uploaded soon.
that's excellent. You should do that.
So you can watch them and check them out.
Yeah, and just a reminder, you can go back and find our last podcast on YouTube. It's on our channel. We just talked about worlds and premier challenges for the most part, and so yeah, that's still up there.
Yeah, I mean we didn't have too much to talk about. So if you have anything like very interesting that you would suggest us to talk about, then just let us know in the comments, and we
Yeah,
would be glad for that as well.
yeah, of course. We're always open to hearing suggestions about what you guys like and what you guys didn't like. So feedback is great. We like all the YouTube comments. We like all the comments on the website. Yeah,
Yeah. So then that's that, I
that's
guess.
that. So I guess we'll see you hopefully within. Hopefully, we're gonna try and make this what a weekly thing, a bi-weekly thing.
Yeah, like bi-weekly if you have something to talk about, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
since regionals are coming up, I think weekly is probably possible.
Definitely, and we can look at what else did well, even if we're not playing ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that note, I'm Wolfglick.
Yeah, I'm Marcus Stetter, Yoshi, and I'm glad your battery didn't run out.
Yes, I am too. I hope that it lasts until the charger comes. So until next time, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you for listening.
thanks for listening. See you next time.
Okay. Bye.